Hey, Taco here. Just thought I'd show you my latest collection of attempts at kiting and ground handling. That's my BGD Magic motor inside its stuff sack thing, stuff sack slash backpack. This is hour, I guess, the fourth to fifth hour of me practicing out at the local rec department, and they've been gracious enough not to run me off, I guess, because I'm not really flying anything. I'm just running around with a parachute over my head. So they've been gracious enough not to mess with me. Anyway, so I first took everything out of my bag, kind of got my line straightened out, made sure the glider was okay, and then I kind of got everything back into a rosette shape and walked way off to the right side of the field. Today the winds were, they started out at 3 miles per hour, gusting to 5, but really quickly the winds died down. After my first couple of runs, the winds died down to almost nothing. So here you see my first inflation of the day, and I always take a little while to get set and go because it takes me so much time to reset. I'm real careful when I do it to make sure everything's absolutely right. And I was real pleased with this one. And you can hear me hoop and holler here in a second. Any camera movement you see is me editing in post. These are all just GoPro images. I set the GoPro on its little tripod, and so any camera movement of zooming in or zooming out was all done in post in Adobe Premiere. So getting ready again. Look at that thing just come up. I was really pleased with that. I have to stop looking up, though. I keep looking up at the wing like I can't believe it's actually over my head. So I got to get away from that. The shadows were coming from behind, so it was the shadows were playing with me, and it was a really it really caused some visual confusion as to where the wing was overhead because the shadow was out of position. I was real happy with this one. I ran all the way down the field, probably 120 yards or so, almost to the road, and then I gently let it down. I always have problems getting the damn thing down. I pull full brakes, stop running, and even step back, and it always kind of just mushes down to the ground. Really terrible looking. This is a side view of my, I guess, my third one. Happy there, and then there goes my dumbass looking straight up again. Like, quit looking and keep running. I thought it was going to collapse, but I kind of saved it. I was really pleased with that one, that I actually saved it, and again, I ran all the way down the field, so I cut the video off because I run off camera, but that was another long run. And another, I think this is my fourth at this point, another one. Again, I run off camera, but my hands come down a little bit, and I look up again like an idiot. But I was able to run all the way down the field again. So, real pleased with keeping my hands up. That's been one of my problems, is keeping my hands up the whole time. Look at that magic motor. What a beautiful wing. And at this point, the winds were almost nothing, and they kept shifting, either coming from off to my left or coming off to the right. So it was a real problem figuring out exactly where I was supposed to be running. And at this point, I think this is my fifth run, and I'm just getting tired. With no wind, sprinting down, 100 yards, I'm just getting tired. So you can see the wind shifting around a little bit, and I'm sort of fighting the glider, trying to make it go the way I want to go, and then of course I make it almost all the way to the road and let it down. And again, not a great letdown. It just kind of mushes down. This is my last try, and I'm exhausted by this point. And I'm running, and it just, my body gives out more than the wing does. And I'm like, my hands are up in the right spot, but I just can't keep, and absolutely no wind, I just can't keep up.